Alright, for the first episode of FoevaLazy TV, we got my guy Isreal the Visionary in this motherfucker. So Isreal, what you been working on? What you been doing?
Man, over this last year I've been working on a project called Junkie.
So who you got on this project?
So I'm gonna have Oven he used to work at GBL, now he does his own thing. Who is Raj, who's from GBL. A lot of the beats were produced by FoevaLazy. I'm gonna have Ako on it as a feature as well, and a lot of the songs are just myself, so just 3 features.
Okay, that's cool. How many songs you got on it?
As of now I had 12, but after this Saturday I will have 13 tracks on it, and it will be releasing on Valentine's Day.
Okay, is there a special meaning behind Love Junkie?
Yeah, so at the time when I thought of the concept, actually the first video I shot with you was Drunk and Confused, and it was pretty much Love Junkie was either I was going to lose myself and go back to my old ways of addiction and partying and being heartbroken, or I was going to put in the work and be addicted to this music stuff. And that's why I called it Love Junkie. Like, I'm a junkie for this music stuff. I love it, and I ain't gonna let it go.
Okay. Now that's cool. I want to say, when's it supposed to drop? Or did it already drop?
On Valentine's Day.
On Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
You got any more projects that's coming out and coming up?
Yeah, so right after I dropped Love Junkie, I was talking to this buddy named MC. He's a hip-hop artist who's been in the game in Denver for a minute. But we were thinking of dropping a collab project called Mountain Gods, or either March Madness, and following up with like another take back to back.
Okay, now that sounds pretty hard. Like that sounds like it'll do something. I'll say, what you think about the music scene out here in Denver?
I'll say it's alright. You know what I mean? A lot of people doing their own thing, but also too, I would say there's people like yourself who brings community together, like, you know what I mean? I would say you definitely plugged me into a lot of rural artists I would have never found out about, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like it's like there but not there. We're still building. We're building.
No, facts. I'll say you got any artists you trying to work with?
In the city or long term?
Just in general.
Just in general, honestly, right now I've been listening to a lot of Blast. I would love to work with Blast. He's in California. I've been listening to a lot of Kendrick. Obviously, that would be goals. More locally, I don't know lie, I want to work with you. Need that Lazy feature, man.
Nah, I got you.
I want to work with. I like that dude 100 Pack Savvy. He's pretty cold.
Okay.
AP's nice. And obviously, I'm already gonna tap in with half the people in No Sleep, cause you know what I mean. I already got one with Zoe, Kazuko, Say La Vie. We got something down. Mo Stacks. That's actually when I first met the No Sleep crew. I made a song with Mo Stacks off the jump. So I would say I've pretty much worked with all the people I want to work with locally. I guess next step is like I said, getting like that Blast feature, or, you know what I mean, someone's branching out a little bit.
No facts. I was gonna say, out here, who you think are some good talents to work with, like videographers, artists, producers, you know?
Well, I'll say when it comes to producers, I really like this dude Deuce from Lab Studios, Raj from GBL, FoevaLazy and stuff. Also too from Dream Lab Studios, this guy named Jax and Dumpy. They're pretty good with the sound. And then when it comes to videos, obviously, man, like I said, you did my first video, man, and that's when I was like, oh, I'm really making waves, you know what I mean? When I got back that video, I definitely felt like a movie star. Shooters on Sight's another good one. I like the work that Haley Film does.
I'll be seeing some of her shit.
Yeah, she be going crazy. This guy Ramsey from Mental Mentality just reached out to me. His visuals are pretty crazy. Studio 85, we got something crazy brewing, me and Andre, so I'm excited about that one. He recorded a video for one of my upcoming projects. There will be 3 singles releasing. So Shooters on Sight got one. FoevaLazy, I did one with Shu, and I did one with Studio 85. So, you know what I mean? Trying to jump around and mess with all parts of the culture.
No, that's hard. That's hard. Just trying to tap in and just get a little piece of everything.
Yeah. To say like who's my favorite, I don't think I really have a favorite because like I like all of y'all for different reasons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like if anything, my goal one day is like when that budget really go up, what would it look like to get all of y'all on one collective video? Like, you know what I mean?
No, it's possible. It's possible. I'll say what you think. What you think about the promoters in Colorado? Like how they run shows and stuff.
Honestly, I feel like it's a little lame when it comes to paying for the tickets and all that, or paying for your placement. That's the reason I ain't ever did a show, because I'm still trying to make money myself, and it's like, what I look like giving y'all my rent money to come perform, to open up for some dude, when my accolades might, you know what I mean, reach higher, and I'm putting in the work every week and stuff. Bro probably don't even need that extra $100. He's just trying to get bread in his pocket. So like, I would say they could probably do better to help getting their artists paid. If there was more paid performances, I bet you would see more artists out here. That's why you get more studio artists and stuff. Because it's like, no one wants to go out there and spend like $500 to perform. And people be like, well, you're not investing in yourself. It's like, well, I'm investing in myself in other ways. And if it's like, if I have no music, what am I going to perform? Like, you know?
No, facts. That's a good thing. I'll say what you think about artists in Colorado charging each other for features and stuff.
I would say to an extent it's necessary and stuff, but I feel like also there could be like a middle ground and stuff. Like, let's say an artist wanted to put me on his project, and then he was all like, okay, instead of charging you, just go ahead and you could put that same song on my album. We could probably build up faster and stuff, you know what I mean? Because also, me personally, I ain't gonna lie, I've charged for features too. So that's why I'm saying that, like, it varies and stuff, because at the same time, you do gotta be paid for your time, like, you know what I mean? And it's like, it shouldn't hurt you to pay someone for their time and stuff. Unless, like, or try to work out some type of deal, like, as long as they're understanding and stuff. But to be like $500 off the jump, and your stuff ain't really cracking like that, and your views gonna stay the same, I feel like you just kind of trying to hustle another artist, you know?
No, I feel it. What you think about paying other artists for features?
Outside of the city?
Yeah.
I would say, unless it's your goal to really work with that artist, do it. Like, but if it's not gonna really benefit you, don't really do it. If it's not in your investment, you could spend that time building yourself, building your craft. I guess I think about like some of my favorite artists. Kendrick Lamar really didn't pay for features in the beginning. Chance the Rapper, they practiced more on the performance, the videos, and like building their own name brand. Because like if I pay for a feature, everyone's gonna know me for that one feature, and they're gonna be not really looking to my music. And not to be cocky, I want people to look at me, like, you know.
Yeah. No, I feel you. You want the eyes on you, not just the feature, just because you did it with them.
Yeah.
No, that's a fact. No, that's a fact. I was gonna say, what else was I gonna say? You got any places you plan on traveling or doing shows at?
Traveling, I'm about to go to DC here in February. That's more some work stuff for a conference for this nonprofit. I'm collaborating with them to work on a mental health project. I'm gonna put a mental health EP, so that's different than the Mountain Gods and stuff. Okay. So I'm gonna go out there and talk business with them about that and what that's gonna look like. And show wise, like I said, I guess I performed at Red Rocks, and they paid me to perform there, and it was a sold out show. So it's like, you know what I mean? I'm almost reaching that high again before I start performing, where it's like they're gonna pay me what I'm worth, you know, rather than me having to pay them and stuff. So if the dollar's right, or even like if we're gonna put a like community event with the homies, I would go show up for that, you know what I mean? But to say where these promoters are gonna get something out of my pocket, it's like, nah, bro, you gotta break bread too.
Nah, facts, you do. I mean, in this industry, you got to, because, I mean, everything nowadays damn near pay to play, so everything pay to play.
Yeah.
You gotta pay for everything. Rapping ain't cheap. And none of this shit cheap.
And man, that's why I be working harder each week, man.
Nah, facts. I was gonna say, you got any goals for 2023? Anything you trying to reach to achieve?
I just want to show people in the city, outside the city, that like Israel could make some good ass music. I could really rap. I could sing. I could just go crazy with this music stuff. And also too, I'm just trying to prove that I could put out as much projects as I can this year. I was hoping to put out at least like 4 projects this year on top of the one I was releasing. And
alright, my guy Isreal. So, where did you get your name from?
Isreal? I'm honestly a junior of my pops.
No, I mean like the whole like Isreal the Visionary.
Oh, Isreal the Visionary. So like I said, my name's already Isreal, so I added the $ in front of it, and boom, that's how you get Isreal. The Visionary came a little afterwards, so I used to go by Isreal the God MC, which was not spelled God with G-O-D, was spelled G-H-A-D, was Great Hopes and Dreams and stuff. But then I was a little crew I was part of. Shit done separated, wasn't really rocking with that anymore, and I was like, I don't feel like I'm dreaming, homie. I feel like I lived this earth before, and I feel like I have a message. So I was like, I thought about Nipsey. You know how he has tatted right here, victory or something like that?
Yeah.
And I was like, if I passed away, what would be something I want people to represent me by? And I was like, he's a visionary, homie. Like, I would get that maybe in the next few years. I might get visionary tatted on my face so they remember it forever when they see me. But I put it together. I was like, I wanted to keep my artist name Isreal, and I wanted to add the visionary. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go by Isreal the Visionary.
No, I feel it. Okay, I see you. I got a good question for you.
I bet.
All right, so you know how girls got the anthem. So you know, like Glorilla, her what she got going on and everything.
Yeah.
So why you think guys and where the guys anthem at? What you think we missing? Cause the girls got with the Busted with Erica Banks and Megan Thee Stallion and all that. What you think the guys is missing? Like what's going on? What you think's missing?
Hey, them not just to hate on somebody. I bet you if someone makes something crazy, you know what I mean, and they come with that right energy and stuff, it's like they gotta be okay with like almost dumbing it down a little bit, you know what I mean? Because everybody want to be the coolest, the sickest. But if you look at those ladies that you all mentioned, they having fun. They living a good life and they ain't stressing, you know what I mean?
Nah, fact.
You know, so it's like the only way you get that type of energy and that type of music and movement is you gotta have fun with it.
Nah, facts. What you think about that? What's it? The Megan Stallion, Tory Lanez thing going on. Who shot who? Who got in the foot?
Hey, I think my girl Megan's playing, man. I think what's her name, Kylie done did some, man. Let's just say, I don't know. It's crazy because when you hear about the stuff about the foot, then this, and then how many years you giving them and stuff, I don't know. There's just a lot of holes in the story and stuff. I don't know. I ain't in Hollywood, but like I said, I personally don't think Tory did it. I'm gonna go out and say it, Meg. If you don't want to work with me in the future, hate me. We could work still, you know what I mean? We both Aquariuses, so you gonna love me anyways, but I ain't gonna shoot you, baby.
Hey, nah, I feel it 100%. You funny as hell. What you think about the social media, the blogging of Denver, like our bloggers and like how stuff be spreaded around? Like what we got? Like we got Maha Minute. And we got shit. That's all I can really think of. I ain't even gonna lie to you. So like, what's your opinion on that take?
It's love, but then at the same time, it's not genuine though, because it's like kind of same as the shows. It's pay to play, like you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. They'll post like a cool like caption about an artist, but like the thing behind it is that you had to pay for that caption. You know what I mean? Or like. Even with these like Goat Talk interviews and stuff, it's all like, damn, y'all don't love me and stuff, you won't share me naturally. But then, like you said, everything costs to play, though, so it shows that you're serious and stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It does separate the boys from the men, so you can't hate on that part of it. But I guess maybe for the younger generation and stuff, like, I know if, like, an 18-year-old came to me, he didn't have no bread, and I had a platform like that, I probably would just share his stuff to show love, because, like, that's the generation behind. But, like, maybe these older cats and stuff, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of them want to talk this money talk this and that. Then it's like, then go ahead and invest and play in it. But I would say they're doing a pretty decent job. I have no bad things to say about them personally. Ain't none of them came at me. And so, unless that changes, you know what I mean? But I wouldn't handle it social media-wise. But we cool as for the most part, you know what I mean? And if anything, I'm happy that we're starting to get more bloggers, more stuff, because for a minute there it was all rappers, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to start to see what the world is gonna look like in Colorado as we get more media companies and more media people coming into our city.
What you think about these little like top 10, top 20 lists? What you think about these lists?
Man, I feel like the list, like I said, they're kind of basing it off of popularity, and they're basing it off of the same thing as pay to play. All the people that they did highlight are all the people who paid for promotion. So if we're basing it off of promotion, yeah, you guys won. But like skill wise, like even the first person on the list, R.I.P. homie, I'm sorry for your loss, but I don't think he was the best lyrical rapper, the most dope or crazy. If anything, like even when House Foes mentioned him on one of the interviews, he kind of like laughed like, oh, he's entertaining. He never talked about the music. So it's like, I feel like if we're gonna base it off the music and stuff,
yeah,
I don't think it's accurate. But if you're gonna base it off like numbers and like who's making the most plays and stuff, then I guess yeah, you could say it's a win. But I want to see one where it's based off of like the musical talent and stuff, because if they were basing off the most drops too, it's like this last year I dropped like 5 singles all year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I was just as much as the people that they put on that list. Not saying I want to be on the list, because it ain't my goal to be on the list, because I'm thinking bigger. Like, no, like not even the double XL list excite me. You know what I mean? I'm shooting for like the Grammys and stuff. And even that, it's like, who knows when I get there if I'll like that, you know?
Yeah. No, facts. You never know you never know what it's gonna be like when you get there though, to that certain point. No, I feel it 100%. Also, so like when it comes to doing like all these little listings and stuff, well, so you said this is based on like pay to play, so like they be paying for their slots, you be feeling like?
Well, if you look at the most people that were highlighted on that, were the ones that were like, you could see that, like I told you earlier, to get on some of these blogs, especially like the main one, you gotta pay to post, right?
No,
and then tell me why everybody on that list has paid for promotion through that same blog all year, and then the ones that haven't really invested as much, you don't see them all there. Because then even if I'm not on the list, I would say I see other talented artists that could have been on that list that were overseen just because they're not paying for promotion, and they're trying to do it the old school of like, nah, I'm gonna grind, I'm gonna put this music out and stuff, which is like, you know what I mean?
No.
They also gotta understand there's a new era of social media maybe, but I don't know, I just feel like what would be crazy is like, let's say a Mile High Minute and a Goat Talk come together, then they got a sponsorship, and then they paid their artists to do some stuff we could support locally, and then boom, we're charging our outsiders to come into us, rather than when we go to other cities, like No Jumper's charging us, you know what I mean? All these other outside people are charging us, when it's like, if we could just build community, we could have that same platform here, because if we have all these people coming up, why don't we just bring them together?
No, facts, you right. I'll say there's one thing we could put together, we could put that together.
Yup.
Most definitely. But what you think we need like right now?
My album coming out on Valentine's Day.
I knew you was gonna say that.
Some good ass music, man, cause like, I don't know, one thing also too, like when it comes to the list and the best and the favorite, is like all I care about is who has some good ass music. And I would say this project that I put together, I cultivated a playlist from beginning to the last song. I make sure each song transition and it's good for the listener's ear. And that's what I care more about for the city, is that there's good music and stuff. Kendrick once said, he's like, you don't like the state of what the music industry's looking like, go ahead and change it.
Hey, nah, that's a fact. What you think Colorado got a sound yet? Or we still doing Detroit beats and biting shit?
That's they sound right there for most of them.
I'm just asking, what you think?
I would say it doesn't really have its own sound. Everyone's just experimenting, which is kind of cool to an extent, but then not also too, because everyone sounds the same and stuff. But I would say, like, the person who does create the sound, then everybody's gonna copy him. You know what I mean? And stuff, because like you already see it, like you said, there's a couple people who went on that Detroit sound, and now you got 10 other artists from Denver on that Detroit sound, and it's all like y'all just following the wave and stuff. And I don't know, like you said, what's my name, Isreal? I want to sound like Isreal. I don't know how to sound like a Drake. I don't know how to sound like a Kendrick and stuff anymore, because when I was younger, yeah, I used to imitate and copy and try to follow, but as I got older and matured, I was like, nah, I'm going to sound like myself. So hopefully that's the sound of the future, you know?
Yeah, no, facts. I felt that 100%. I'll say if there's an artist you be looking like, you know, you mimic, you look after type stuff.
Yeah.
Who would that artist be?
Right now, I would say I really look at the way J. Cole, his whole story, his whole life. I would say that was one artist that really inspired me, from really speaking from his struggle, but also advancing and showing that, you know, he could do it on his own. But then later coming back and doing a lot of songs with a bunch of features and stuff. Like you said, it's like he didn't really try to, like, you know, find the sound that was popular. He like created the wave each year. So I would say J. Cole. And then business-wise, I really like what LaRussell's doing in California, with putting on shows and stuff locally and donation-based projects, you know what I mean? And seeing how much he's gained success through that.
No, facts. That's definitely different. It's definitely different. So, what's your sound here for? What kind of sound do you think you got?
I would say when y'all hear my music, like I said, it's gonna be a little bit of everything. One minute you're gonna hear like a little bit of X, but then next minute you'll hear a little bit of Drake. But then with that, like, you're gonna start to realize, like, wait, that's Isreal sound. Like, he's in his own bag. Cause like I know how to sing, but I also know how to rap. So I always try to stay on a melodic pocket. But at the same time, like, I grew up on like Wu-Tang, KRS-One, Biggie, like that boom bap stuff. So there's always going to be a lyrical message, even if I'm having fun with it.
No, facts. Anything else you got to tell your fans and the people? You got to let them know something, any secret projects? I know you said something about the mental health project.
Oh, yeah. So I'm working on this project through the Aspen Institute. It's going to be a 4-track EP. The first single's already out, called Mental Health. That's going to be after I drop Love Junkie. And that one is just going to being about like wellness, taking care of yourself, well-being, healing. So like, because this Love Junkie one's a little more fun, more tempo. With this one, I'm trying to come like more conscious, more state of mind, you know what I mean? Open up and some healing and stuff. So go ahead and check out Love Junkie, and if you like that, then go ahead and check in for my more deeper project. Don't have a name on it yet, but it's going to be around wellness.
Okay, where can the people find you at on social media?
You can find me on Instagram at Isreal the Visionary, YouTube as Isreal the Visionary, and actually I just started a second YouTube called Visionary Clips, where you can catch all my clips, my short videos, all my short content. And also too, I want to give a shout out to FoevaLazy Films for always being #1 working with, man. I love your work, brother.
Hey man, I just try. That's all I can do, bucko. No, but like my guy said, shit, tap in with his Love Junkie album when it drops. What's the date?
Valentine's Day.
Okay, so February 14th.
February 14th.
Okay, yeah, y'all go get that. Go download, pre-order.